think looking ahead to the Dolphins, there needs to be some changes made from an offensive coaching perspective. I'm still very confused about the lack of use of Reggie Gilliam, a guy that got tons of looks in the preseason. You know, we saw a couple short yardage situations, Moss inactive. I think a lot of people anticipated that might be the guy in some of those short yardage situations and blocking, because I do think Moss is our best pass protecting running back. And when you take into account that the Steelers' pressure was such an issue on Sunday, looking forward to the Dolphins, you got a defensive-minded head coach, a solid defense. I'm not anticipating there to be that consistent pressure every play with 3 and 4 guys, but I do worry about that secondary. And they've got some players in that secondary in Miami where if you're a Bills team coming off a loss like you did this week 1, you've got a game plan for that, and that's going to come down to Dable.
The Steelers came at the Bills with a different look this season, right? They played some close games last year, or they played close last year. You know, Josh Allen was able to play fantastic in those situations. I think they threw some new looks at him, the way they bring pressure. When it comes to the Dolphins, do you agree or disagree that unless something drastic has changed that I don't know about, he should know the majority of looks they're going to give him? And I don't think they're going to pressure him a lot.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Allen, since he came into the league, and this is something it's so funny because we used to call Tyrod this, he is a Dolphin killer. Josh Allen against the Dolphins is fantastic. You know, whether it was the running the guy over last year and then just picking up 10 more yards, whether it was burning the very solid corners with like John Brown. It wasn't even really Diggs. I remember I think it was week 2 last year they played the Dolphins. It was early in the year.
Yeah, it was week 2.
Week 2. So, you know, you think about that. He should know what he's getting. But I don't underestimate. I do think Brian Flores is a really solid head coach. You know, the Belichick coaching tree. Special teams, defense. The offense, like you said, though, that is just 0% concerning to me. I don't think Tua's a threat. I think Mac Jones is going to be way better than Tua. If you're a Bills fan, it's early, like you said. It's 1 week. Mac Jones, we don't know what's going to happen. But I am much more worried about Mac Jones long-term than I am Tua, partly because he's paired up with Belichick in New England. I think Tua sucks.
Yeah,
I think
me
Tua's
too.
trash.
I was hesitant to say, well, and again, it's only 1 game, but, you know, you look at
Overreaction.
last year, no preseason. He's coming in off of that hip surgery.
Yep.
You don't know what you're going to get. As of right now, he showed me nothing in that game.
He doesn't scare
Honestly,
me.
you want to know who he looked like he was very Tyrod Taylor-esque, in my opinion.
Check down
He was
king.
getting out of the pocket too early. Check down king. Yeah, all the above. So I had another point to bring up about this Dolphins game, and it slipped my mind.
I'll piggyback off of really quick Tua because I would love to crap on Tua as much as I can
All right.
in the allotted time that I have. Because you know the Alabama quarterbacks too. We're looking. I think Jalen Hurts is going to be way better than Tua.
Jalen Hurts looked very good in week 1.
Yeah, he looked fantastic in week 1. I don't even know if I think Max personally. I think Max will be the best of the 3, but not that any of them are really going to be like game-changing quarterbacks in the NFL. I don't really see any of those 3 being that kind of guy. But
Yeah,
Tua, I'm not afraid of Tua.
This is a tough question. I'm just going to put you on the spot, but predictions for week 2.
Okay, yeah.
Score if you want to, but who's going off? Who's doing what? What's going on?
I think the offense is going to go off, and I have fallen into the trap of always saying that following a poor performance of the Bills. But I don't give a shit. So I think that the Bills' offense is going to come back. I think we can expect. I think we're going to. I don't want to say a high-scoring affair because I really liked what our defense showed us week 1. But I will say I think the defense was making up for the offense's shortcomings week 1. I don't think we're going to have that dominant of a defensive performance every week. Now, keep in mind, Steelers don't have a very dominant offense. They got playmakers, but so do the Dolphins. You know, Will Fuller, they got, Waddle they just drafted. Gesicki, I think, is an extremely underrated tight end. So I'm expecting a somewhat. I would bet the over on this. If you know, I don't know what the number is.
Over's 48.
48
right now. Yeah, on the button.
I'm 100% betting the over. I'm going to definitely take the over on that. In Miami, I think that Dolphins offense will be able to do more than if they were in Buffalo. You know, as far as like putting up points. I don't think Tua is great, but they do have players around them. He doesn't need to throw the ball really more than 5-10 yards downfield to get some points. I'm anticipating Bills are going to win 35-25. I think Josh Allen's going to have 2 touchdown passes. He's going to have 1 pick with the 2 touchdown passes, and that's what's going to have fans and the media. Oh no, is this because his pass rating's not going to be as high?
300 yards, you think, for Josh?
I think 300 yards for Josh. I think he's going to add some rushing yards, and I think that we need to get back to understanding Josh Allen's identity and that he put up a statistically ridiculous season last year. He doesn't need to do that. He doesn't need to have those stats for the Bills to win a Super Bowl. That's the Brett Favre kind of, mentality. Make plays. It's so funny because his backup in Chicago, or his backup that was just in Chicago, Mitch. That was the big thing, is the guy could win games, but he didn't really put up numbers. Point of the game is to win the game. I don't really care if Josh goes out there on Sunday and throws 4 picks and we win. If he's a winner and he's even looking somewhat competent, dropping back there, passing the football, I'm all in. You know, I don't need him to have that unbelievable season he had last year for me to feel content as a Bills fan about where we're going.
Yeah.
Necessarily.
It's, I think, so the Bills are favorites on the road at 3.5. I think that's a no-brainer.
That's no points. Maybe because they're home. Fins.
Yeah, that's definitely why.
3 points,
but,
I don't know.
that's it. They're pretty much saying it's a pick'em game, or not. But I almost think that's a little disrespectful. I think at home the Bills are probably 7-point favorites. I think 3.5 is still disrespectful because there's going to be a lot of Buffalo fans in that stadium in Miami this weekend.